Aiden was invisible, not literally of course, but at school it felt that way. He was the quiet kid, the one people looked through, the one they tripped in the hallway and laughed at. His heart ached with a loneliness he couldn't explain. He found solace in stories, in worlds where magic whispered and heroes rose from obscurity. But reality was a harsh contrast. Every day the school bell felt like a prison door slamming shut. One day Aiden discovered a haven. Behind the sprawling school grounds, beyond the football field and the bike racks, lay a forest. It was ancient, brooding and strangely alluring. The wind carried whispers from within, beckoning him closer. He felt a pull, a magnetic force drawing him to its shadowy edge. This place, with its air of mystery and secrets, offered an escape from the cruel indifference of his everyday life. It promised something more, something real. The forest was different from the manicured lawns and bright plastic of the playground. Here, gnarled branches clawed at the sky, their leaves a tapestry of deep greens and browns. The air hung heavy, with the scent of damp earth and decaying wood. The whispers grew stronger as Aiden neared the tree line. They were ancient voices, filled with sorrow and wisdom, whispering tales of forgotten times. He hesitated, fear a knot in his stomach, but the loneliness in his heart urged him forward. He took a tentative step into the woods, then another. The sunlight, dappled and weak, seemed to retreat with each step. Shadows stretched out like long fingers reaching for him, pulling him deeper into the woods. A strange peace settled over him. The fear was still there, lurking at the edges, but it was outweighed by a sense of wonder. He felt strangely at home, as if he had finally found a place where he belonged. Deeper into the woods he ventured, following a winding path carpeted with fallen leaves. The trees grew denser, their branches intertwining overhead to form a leafy canopy that shut out the sky. The whispers grew louder, clearer. Then he saw them. Glimmering forms, ethereal and translucent, drifting between the trees. They were spirits, ancient and wise, their forms shifting like smoke on the wind. Their eyes, when they settled on Aiden, held a deep sadness, but also a profound kindness. Aiden wasn't afraid. He felt a strange kinship with these beings, a sense of understanding he had never known before. They were outcasts too, forgotten by the world, existing in the shadows. He spent hours with the spirits, listening to their tales of ancient times, of forgotten magic, of the ebb and flow of life and death. Their stories filled the void within him, chased away the loneliness that had haunted him for so long. Section 4. Finding Solace. For the first time in his life, Aiden felt seen. The spirits didn't mock or ignore him. They listened to his stories, his hopes, his fears, with a patience that really disarmed him. They shared their wisdom, their laughter, their sorrow. He learned of the ancient power that thrummed beneath the earth, the magic that flowed through the trees, the whispers of the wind that carried secrets older than time. He learned of the interconnectedness of all living things, the delicate balance that held the world together. Days turned into weeks. Aiden spent every spare moment in the forest, finding solace and companionship among the spirits. The outside world, with its cruelty and indifference, faded into a distant memory. But as time went on, a seed of doubt began to grow in his heart. He missed the warmth of the sun on his skin, the laughter of children playing, the simple joys of the human world. Section 5. The Choice. The forest, for all its beauty and wonder, was a place of shadows and echoes. It offered solace, but also isolation. Aiden realized that he stood at a crossroads. He could stay in the forest, embraced by the spirits and their ancient magic, but forever cut off from the world he knew. Or he could return, carrying the memory of the forest and the spirits within him, a secret source of strength to sustain him in the face of the world's indifference. The decision tore at him. He had found acceptance, belonging, in the most unexpected of places, but he knew deep down that his life, his story, lay beyond the trees. With a heavy heart, Aiden said goodbye to the spirits, their ethereal forms shimmering with sorrow. He stepped out of the forest back into the sunlight, carrying the whisper of the woods within him. A reminder that even in the darkest of times, magic and wonder still existed. He would never be truly alone again.